Hello, I'm Holly, and today we're going to be discovering the lowest rated books that I've read on Goodreads. I've done the highest rated books, and I've seen a lot of people do these kind of videos, seeing the highest rated books they've read, the lowest rated books, and I thought it was fun. I could kind of predict some of the highest rated ones, but I'd have no clue what the lowest rated ones are going to be. Are they going to be books that I hated? I'm interested to find out. In the 10th spot, we have Oh My Gods by Alexandra Shepard. This has an average rating of 3.56. That's really not that bad, and I gave it 3 stars. This is a young adult contemporary following this girl who I believe her father is Zeus. This was fun, even though it does have that kind of fantastical element. It's very much a contemporary. There's like romance, there's an annoying dad and sisters and stuff that you fall out with, so it's very much more a contemporary. I don't tend to read that much contemporary, but I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. For me, that is an okay rating. It means that I didn't love it, but there was nothing that I particularly hated about it. And then in the 9th spot, we have we have Once and Future by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. This has a 3.52 rating. This is a King Arthur retelling. It follows this girl called Ari. It's set in space. No, a lot of people didn't enjoy this. I actually gave this 4 stars. I quite enjoyed it, and I really want to read more from these authors. I think this was in an Illumicrate box, and I might not have picked it up on my own, but I still had a great time reading this. It's fun, there's hijinks, there's adventure, there's a lot of diversity in this as well, and if that's something that you're looking for, I think this one is good. I know not a lot of people loved it, but I did. The next one, ooh, interesting. It's Superman Dawnbreaker. This got a 3.50 rating. This is the 4th book in the DC Icons series. They're kind of standalones, but they're all young adult retellings of different DC Comics characters. This one is obviously Superman. According to this, I gave it 3 stars. It was quite a forgettable read for me, to be honest. The DC Icons as a whole, I did enjoy them. I don't think they're anything great. I do remember, though, that I had this from the library and it had just come out. I must have only been the 2nd or the 3rd person to have got this out. And someone had dropped like a cup of coffee or something on it. And I didn't realise this when I took it out, but all the pages were like stuck together, which kind of ruined my reading experience, to be honest. I wanted to read it, I had it, but I was just like, no. It really hampered my enjoyment of this book. Not the best, not the worst, not the best. 3 stars. So then the next one is... oh, that's really interesting. So it's The Painted Bridge by Wendy Wallace. It's got a 3.48 rating, and I actually gave it 4 stars. This is a historical fiction. It follows this woman who, I think it's her husband has put her in an asylum. I do like myself a historical fiction. It was kind of trying to show what these places were really like and how many women kind of fell through the cracks. I think it was interesting. I don't remember much. I obviously enjoyed my reading experience. I gave it 4 stars. Would I recommend it? I don't know. If it's something that would interest you, maybe. So the next one is a book called Tangle Wreck by Jeanette Winterson. This has a 3.46 rating. I think it's kind of about time and stopping time, but I hated this book. I gave it 1 star. I have a memory that there was kind of some robotic dog in it, and that was the only good thing. The only good thing in the book. I don't think it was written very well. I don't think it was very thrilling or adventurous. I don't think the characters were good. I would not recommend. And then the next book is We Are Blood and Thunder by Kessia Lupo. This got a 3.46 rating. This was a book that I got in my Willoughby book club, and I've actually got a whole reading vlog about this, so if you're interested, I'll link that. And this is a young adult fantasy set in this place called Duke's Forest that is plagued by this storm cloud. You're following these 2 characters. One of them is this girl, and in this world, magic is illegal. If anyone is found to have any magic, they are sentenced to death. And at the beginning of this novel, she's been sentenced to death and she has to escape. And then you're also following this woman called Constance. She's some relation to like the Duke, so she's quite high up, and she's returning to Duke's Forest and her story is more political. I gave this 3 stars. It was an okay read for me. I think maybe it's so similar to a lot of other young adult fiction that it doesn't really stand out, and that could explain its lower rating. I think maybe you could enjoy this if you're just going in for something light and easy to read. The 4th book, oh interesting, is Dream House. That got a 3.21. I give this 3 stars, and this is written by a former YouTuber. I wanted to support her, and this book is not the best. It is a young adult horror. This girl stumbles across this house, and it's like her dream house. No one's there, she decides to stay. It's very strange. The motivations of the main character are rubbish. It was average, I gave it 3 stars. Maybe that's a little high, maybe because I like Marcia. I rated it a bit higher than it probably should have been rated. The next book is Autofiction by Hitomi Kanehara. This has a 3.18 rating and I gave it 1 star. It's a very short book following a woman who is losing her mind, and it's non-chronological, and it's every bad thing that's happened in her life. You know, that she's been pimped out, and I don't even remember, but I hated it with a passion. Is this my most hated book of all time? Potentially. I think it was unbelievable. I think the character that you're supposedly following, each section where she's like at a different age and it's going backward, they could be completely different women. I didn't like it. And do not recommend. Do not. It's just not good. Then the second position, we have Zenith by Sasha Olsberg and Lindsay Cummings. This has a 3.12 rating, and a controversial opinion, I gave this 4 stars. I actually quite enjoyed it. I know a lot of people hate this book. A lot of people, I think, read this because Sasha is a booktuber. I wanted to support them, and this is a space opera following this group of female space pirates. I liked the group of women that you're following. I liked the setting. Maybe the world building wasn't the best. Maybe the writing was a bit cringy in parts, but I still enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. And then the number 1 spot is The Orphanage of Gods by Helena Coggan, which has a 2.93 rating. I gave this a 2 stars. I didn't despise it. I didn't like it. The premise of this is so good. So you're following these group of kids who are the children of gods, and because in this massive war the gods lost, these kids have been put in this kind of tower, is it? Some kind of prison, and they're trying to escape. Rebellion, blah blah blah. This just was not good. It was too rushed. It should have been either a duology or a trilogy, and there was so much. It's not even that long, but you had like them escape and then start a rebellion and then win a rebellion. Like, it was just too much in one book. The characters were really not the best. They were very underdeveloped, and actually, even though this is a short book, I think you have 3 points of views, and the first 2 point of views I didn't mind, but the last point of view, which I think was the longest, I didn't like her at all, which just ruined everything. It let me down so much, and it obviously let a lot of people down. There was so much that this book could have done, and it didn't do those things. It was a disappointment, and that is the last book on this list, the lowest rated book that I've read. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Have you read any of these books? What are the lowest rated books that you've read? Thank you for watching, and to everyone out there, stay curious. Bye! Bye!